Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever episode of Cryptid Convo, where we talk about all things supernatural. Today, I'm going to tell y'all about the infamous Mothman. If you've been on the internet in the past couple of years, you for sure heard its name. A winged man creature that terrorizes those who come in contact with it. But what is Mothman, and where did it come from? Well, today, that's what we're going to talk about. So let's dive in. Sightings of the creature that will later be known as Mothman date back to the mid to late 1800s. These sightings were at the, excuse my pronunciation, Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, which I don't know if that's such a good source. Mothman was also sighted during the Six-Day Battle of the Crimean War by 5 Russian soldiers. There were many sightings of the Crimean Peninsula, and the locals had called the creature the Crimean Crow. In many sightings from the late 1800s, people called the creature a, quote, flying machine, as it was nothing like they'd ever seen before. Into the early 20th century, there were more and more reports in Europe. It was once again sighted in Russia by V.K. Arsenev, and in Portugal by 4 young shepherdesses, where it was called a, quote, headless angel. Now, I don't know about you, but the terror that it would cause everyone later, I don't really know if the word angel is the best description. The first sighting of the Mothman that would become world-renowned, though, was on November 12, 1966, in Clendenin, West Virginia, not Point Pleasant. This report was from a gravedigger who was out digging a grave with 5 other men, though those other men said that they did not see the creature. The man said that he saw a, quote, brown human being, unquote. 3 days later, in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, 2 young couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Millette, witnessed the Mothman between 11:30 p.m. and midnight. They were out driving near the TNT area of Point Pleasant, where they had went out to smoke. So really, maybe Mothman just wanted some of that good stuff. The couples had sighted the creature near an old power plant that was adjacent to the abandoned National Guard Armory buildings. The couples soon fled the scene as the Mothman chased their car. They said that it was extremely fast, but also that it flew clumsily. The 2 young men also told reporters that the creature's eyes glowed red, but this only happened when they shone the lights on them. More on that later. The couples reported that the creature was, quote, 6 or 7 feet tall, unquote, and Linda said that, quote, you could see muscles in its legs, unquote. They also described the creature to look like a man but with wings. Yes, I know. Great description. Mothman was also said to have no neck, which makes Point Pleasant's statue not as accurate as they once thought. As they were driving away with the creature tailing behind them, Mary said, quote, it squeaked like a big mouse, unquote, which is not how most people would describe a terrible monster. When the couples had returned to town, the creature was gone. They soon agreed to return to the area where the creature was sighted to confirm what they saw before reporting it to the police, as they did not want to be seen as crazy. I honestly would do the same thing. As they were driving back, they said that they saw a large dead dog that was lying on the side of the road. Later, when they passed the area again, the dog was gone, possibly taken by Mothman. When they finally saw the Mothman again, it was stumbling through a field. After the couples again returned to town, they reported the incident to the police. They reported this to Deputy Millard Halstead, who at first didn't believe them, unsurprisingly, but because of the fact that he personally knew them and saw that they were all genuinely terrified, went out to investigate. The couples went with the deputy back to the TNT area. Halstead said that he heard an unusual static sound coming from his radio, but was unable to discern what it was. The deputy was unable to find the creature. Again, not very surprising. Soon after, Sheriff George Johnson held a press conference to tell the public about the situation. Reporters had dubbed the creature the Mothman as a rip-off version of, you guessed it, Batman. The town went into a frenzy, and hundreds of people were out every night searching for the elusive creature. More and more sightings of Mothman were reported throughout the year and the following year. There were over 100 sightings between 1966 and 67, which would lead most people to believe that what these people saw was real unless it's some mass hysteria. People who reported these sightings also said that they experienced ear and eye trauma after they had seen Mothman. In 1967, there was a bridge, Silver Bridge, that had collapsed in Point Pleasant. Several people had reporting sightings before the bridge had collapsed and during the fall. Now, I myself have looked at these photos and can say that it does seem like there is something on that bridge, though I cannot say for certain that it was Mothman. Mothman sightings were, and are, not only contained in Point Pleasant, or West Virginia for that matter. Some had said that they saw Mothman before the Chernobyl incident on April 26, 1986. In Germany, there was a mine collapse on September 10, 1978. These 21 miners who were supposed to work that day were scared away after seeing Mothman at the front of the cave, who they had dubbed the, quote, Freiburg Shrieker, unquote. There were also reports of a, quote, man-dragon, unquote, creature in China in January of 1926, 40 years before the first sighting in Point Pleasant. In Chicago, reports of a winged creature have been surfacing. Some reports are from 2011, 2017, and as recent as February of this year, which makes it great for monster hunters, I guess, if you want to live out your supernatural fantasies. Mothman is mostly sighted near bodies of water and is followed by strange occurrences. These occurrences include a dog going missing, maybe it was that dead dog, strange patterns on televisions, strange lights, an increase in UFO sightings, poltergeist reports, and Men in Black encounters. Witnesses of Mothman say that soon after they saw the creature, that the Men in Black came to their homes to stop the spread of the word about the encounters. Now, if a man came to my house to tell me to stop talking about something, you best be sure that I'm going to tell everyone I know about the man that I just saw. With all this evidence, everyone wonders what Mothman is. So, let's start with the skeptic's view, as that is much easier to explain. Due to the fact that the Mothman's eyes only glowed when the couple shone lights on them, many believe that Mothman could be an owl. This is because owls' eyes sometimes glow red when flashlights are shown on them. Others believe that it was actually a crane, a sandhill crane to be exact. This would explain the large wingspan and large stature of the creature. Both of these do not explain the eyewitness accounts of the original two couples, as they say that they saw Mothman outside of their car windows. Sandhill cranes also are not typically found in West Virginia, but they are seen in Chicago, which could explain some of these sightings there. Now to the believer's view. Some believe that Mothman is a radioactive monster, as the area that it was mostly seen at in Point Pleasant was near bunkers that were presumed to have toxic materials. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think they know how radioactivity works, as I'm pretty sure that just kills things. Now, this is where it gets really weird. Some believe that Mothman is not only an extraterrestrial being, but an extra-dimensional being. This means that Mothman would be able to jump between places and dimensions at will. This could also explain how he is able to be seen in so many places with so little time between the sightings. This may also explain the odd paranormal happenings that occur after Mothman is seen. The truth is, we may never know what Mothman is. Mothman has joined the ring of international cryptids, as well as stolen the hearts of the internet after the Buzzfeed Unsolved episode on the creature. There are thousands of pieces of fan art, cosplay, and yes, even fanfiction about the cryptid. It seems that a creature that once tortured a small town has become a symbol of sorts. The town has taken Mothman as its claim to fame, with festivals and even their own museum dedicated to the cryptid. This leads some to believe that maybe Point Pleasant made up the creature as a tourism aspect. But this doesn't explain all the eyewitness accounts from other places all over the world. Its origins may forever be unknown. We can still rest assured that good has come out of this somewhat odd tragedy. It has united people against all odds and has become a queer icon among the internet. Yes, you heard that right. This creature may not be real to some, but to others, it has helped them find joy. Now, I asked some of my family members what they thought about Mothman, and here are their opinions. I showed everyone a picture, and after showing the picture to my little brother, he responded with, quote, "He's ugly and cool," unquote. What a nice little sentiment. My younger sister said that, quote, "He's a moth, and I'm scared of moths, so I'd hate to see the Mothman," unquote. My mom's thoughts were, quote, "I saw that statue on Facebook," unquote, and quote, "Well, I didn't see him," unquote. I don't think she knows how cryptids work and all that. She doesn't really vibe with a lot of the supernatural stuff. Maybe, ghosts, yes, but everything else is eh. My dad said, quote, "He's kind of crazy," unquote. Now, aren't those words of wisdom? I myself love the paranormal and supernatural. It's kind of the whole reason that I'm doing this podcast thingy, series, whatever. I would love to believe that there is a Mothman out there. Due to the amount of evidence there is, hundreds upon hundreds of sightings, eyewitness accounts, the scratches on the car from Point Pleasant, and a clear description of the physical appearance of the creature, I find it hard to believe that there are people out there that refuse to accept that the Mothman could be real. But we may never know for sure. It ain't that a downer. That's the end of episode 1 of Cryptid Convo. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe down below, because I'm going to try to make this a legit, series thing. Also, comment down below what cryptid or other creature you want to see next, and I'll make sure to look into it. That's all for today. Stay spooky, guys, and peace out.